Hello everyone, it's Jade from Boho Bookworm. It has suddenly gotten a little bit chillier. There's autumn leaves on the ground, the season's changing. Just wanted to let you know what I was going to be cozying up and reading this weekend. So, I have been trying to get into Sorrow and Bliss by Meg Mason, and it's just so odd. It just doesn't really have a storyline. It's all just like these random snippets of things that make no sense. There's no actual storyline developing from the couple of pages I've read so far. It's just like these random glimpses and kind of like thoughts in this woman's head. Like, I know that the book is meant to be about her with this mental condition that is misdiagnosed, and apparently it's hilarious but also soul destroying, and I'm just not getting that from this book. So I don't know, I'm just really not invested, but so many people loved it, and it was shortlisted for the Women's Prize for Fiction 2022 shortlisted. It didn't win, but what am I missing? Please tell me, because I'm really struggling with it. The other thing that I am actually really enjoying, I started this for my book club, my local book club. I've actually found a book club that meets up like once or twice a month at a pub, and I can't wait. I've not gone yet, but I'm busy reading my first book for the first event, which is in September, and it's Trust Me by T.M Logan. Now, this is a book about this woman called Ellen, and she's had fertility issues. Like, her husband and her actually divorced because it kind of just tore them apart after like 2 failed rounds of IVF and stuff. So she's kind of decided and come to terms with the fact that she is not going to have a baby, but she actively avoids anything to do with babies. She wants to just keep far away. It's too much of a trigger for her. One day she's on the train and this young girl comes up to her and she's got a baby in tow, and she's like, oh, like they strike a conversation. It's not like this woman just like randomly tosses the baby at her. They have this conversation and kind of form a little bit of a connection in a couple of minutes. They're chatting. Next thing, this woman's like, oh, look, I've really got to take this important phone call. Can you hold my baby for a second? So she does. And she's not really that comfortable with it, obviously. But next thing, the woman's gone and Ellen is just there with this baby, and she's like, now what? Like, what would you do in that kind of situation? And then she like sees the woman like kind of walking off, and she's like, what the hell? Where are you going? And now she's trying to figure out, like, should she go to the police? What's happening? Why is this baby with me? And then she finds like this bag, and it says in the bag, there's a note saying, don't trust the police, don't trust anyone, please look after her. So what the hell is going on? Should she go to the authorities? What should she do? And it's interesting because where I am in the book now, it's explaining the travels of this woman throughout the day, and she goes through places that I know because I live in England, like Aylesbury and Amersham and Little Missedon and things like that, and it just makes the book so much more relatable because it's places that I know. Yeah, it's just like a nice little fun part of the book for me specifically. It's quite a personal element. But so far, the writing is so flowy, easy to read. It's just so addictive. I'm completely enthralled and really enjoying it. I'm buddy reading it with this girl that lives just down the road from me called Ellie. And I actually found her when I moved to the town that I'm in now. I was looking for like what's going on, like hashtags of the area that I live in. And I found a fellow bookstagrammer. So that was so exciting. In like a tiny little village in England, a remote, tiny, beautiful little place, a fellow bookstagrammer, someone that loves books as much as I do. Granted, a much different genre than I enjoy mostly. She likes more like historical fiction and fantasy, 2 things that are not really my kind of thing. I'm more of a thriller and recently a contemporary romance, sometimes a bit of a horror, but horrors often tend to disappoint me. But yeah, it's really nice. We've already gone for a drink with her husband and her little baby. Anthony was there. So we've kind of formed our first connection in our new home. And it's just made me feel really positive and happy about where we live and where we're going in life, making friends, joining book clubs. Life's good, and the book that I'm reading is really good for the book club. Unfortunately, Sorrow and Bliss is just not really doing it for me. I might not DNF it, but I might just put it down for now and pick up something else. Let me know if it does get better, if some kind of storyline does actually develop, because I mean, there's bits in here about like the royal family gif. It's like a 5-sentence little bit, like with asterisks in between it, and it's just there for no apparent reason, and I don't know, it's just a bit too random for me. But yes, let me know what you're reading in a minute. I hope you have a lovely weekend, and I'll talk to you all very, very soon.